Immigration advocacy groups say at least 9 infants are being held in immigration and customs enforcement custody without adequate care. 3 groups sent a letter to the Department of Homeland Security yesterday urging the agency to intervene.
They claim the number of infants in ICE custody is increasing and that the babies are not being cared for properly. So CBS News digital reporter Kate Smith has been following the story and joins us now. In fact, Kate, thanks to you and your hard work, this is a story that we were on from the very beginning.
Yes.
You guys were on from the very beginning. So let's talk about what these advocacy groups are calling for. What did they ask for in that letter?
Specifically, immediate intervention. So this letter was sent to the Office of the Inspector General. They want something to happen immediately. The way they describe the conditions for the infants, and they're 9, they're all under a year old. One is as young as 5 months. This isn't the place for an infant of that age, and especially if it's not properly staffed with pediatricians.
What kind of evidence do these advocacy groups have?
They were there. They were on the ground. I actually was able to speak to a doctor yesterday who went and visited with these infants that were on the ground, so they know exactly what's going on. And they were able to see, these infants aren't responding the way infants who are not in a detained setting respond. They are described them as listless, not interested in the surroundings, just not what how babies should be acting.
Right. So the group also included a letter from the non-governmental organization called Physicians for Human Rights. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so that was actually the doctor that I spoke to yesterday. So there was a pro bono legal group that worked with the mothers. They contacted this group to say, we think there's something going on here. Can you kind of verify what's happening? Yeah. And they were the ones that went down there, saw the infants. And I should also mention there were a lot of toddlers at this facility. This is one of those family detention centers. Lots of mothers, lots of toddlers. And the toddlers, they said, were even in a worse condition. They, sitting on their mother's laps. You expect a 3-year-old to be misbehaving, right? Mm-hmm. Just sitting listlessly, not really doing anything, not playing with the toys that were provided. There's been a clear and obvious stunt in development and emotional trauma there.
Wow.
So what's been the response from DHS?
DHS has not commented yet on this story. They've said nothing. I should also mention that this is illegal. It's more than just a moral outrage. There was a Supreme Court case back in the 90s, Flores, as it's often referred to. Yep. You can't hold an infant for more than 20 days, and that is what's happening here.
We also have learned, or at least there have been reports, that the Trump administration is planning to expand their program of having people wait in Mexico, yes. Which is what many people have argued is part of the crisis that has occurred at the border, that it's occurred because of this policy of metering out the people who can legitimately apply for asylum in this country. But what can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. Actually, right before I got on set with you guys, I was on a call with DHS. They had a conference call. The embargo just lifted. They are expanding it to, they are looking at border cities all over the southern border. They haven't specifically named cities, but they told us to expect an exponential increase in the number of people that they will be sending back. AP reported earlier this week that as of last week, 112 people have been sent back so far, 25 of which are minors. DHS did not confirm that because they said the number will be so much bigger in the next 2 weeks, it renders that virtually useless.
Wow. Really interesting reporting. Once again, you guys are first on it, which is fantastic. Thank you so much, Kate. So listen, for more of Kate's reporting, make sure you check out cbsnews.com/immigration.
Yes.